Hey, family. Welcome. I am your girl, MarshaunO. Thank you so much for coming back and hearing what I have to say this evening. Today, I want to talk to you about the fundamentals of a successful relationship. I have 5 of them that I'm going to bring to you today. Before I do that, I am a life and relationship strategist, and I help Christian women that are married or in long-term relationships to stop feeling disconnected and unloved and shift you to feeling heard, understood, and appreciated. Now, my mission, ladies and gentlemen, my mission, MarshaunO's mission is to decrease the divorce rate while simultaneously increasing the marriage rate. One conversation at a time. And my mission for 2021 is to help 150 individuals to decrease the divorce rate, one conversation at a time. Talking you off the ledge, one conversation at a time. Giving you better tips, tools, and strategies, and understanding what's actually happening to you and or your spouse, so you two can have a much better relationship, a much better marriage. So now I want to talk to you today about the fundamentals of having a successful relationship. As I mentioned, I have 5. The first one is communication. And I know that we hear about communication. Communication is the key, is the phrase that we always hear. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It is totally true. If you do not communicate with your spouse and allow your spouse into your world and be able to hear some of the things that are happening to you, as well as the way you feel about things, as well as the way you're seeing the world, even being super vulnerable and bringing up your past and why you respond the way you respond, why you show up the way you show up, why you react the way you react. A lot of that comes from your childhood and the things that happened to you, the things that you did not have any control over. And now they're showing up and they're still stuck with you because they're showing up in the form of baggage right now. But let me get back to communication, because communication is literally allowing the things that you have in your head to not stay there, to be able to literally articulate the things that you have up here to your spouse. Good, bad, happy, or sad. The things that make you frustrated with your spouse. The things that make you happy with your spouse. The things that make you sad with your spouse. Like everything that you want to say, you can say it in a very respectful manner. But do not allow this stuff to stay up here when it should be coming out of here and into your spouse's ears. Communicate. Get a better understanding. Allow your spouse to get a better understanding of you. Share all of those shameful things that you've done and that have been done to you. Share all of those things that you are fearful of that may even be holding you back, including why you are, for instance, emotionally unavailable. And maybe that's not your terminology, but you can. And and I'm sure you've heard from your spouse a time or two, why do you always seem so distant? And so it's not that you're trying to change your spouse in any type of way. What you are trying to do, though, is to get a better understanding of who you are lying next to or sitting next to. Communicate everything. Whenever your spouse has a question about anything, be able to sit still for a minute so you can gather your thoughts and then be able to articulate what it is that you're trying to say. The second thing is love and respect. And yes, I know they're 2 different words, but in the realm of relationships, they're actually pretty equal. Equal in the sense that love is for women, respect is for men. It does not mean that men do not want love. It does not mean that women do not want respect. It's just we put them on different pedestals. Love is higher for women. Respect is higher for men. And so most of us kind of know what love is. So I'm going to kind of take love and put it over here. It's this respect thing. We hear men vocalize respect a lot. And so how you can figure out what respect means for your man is to simply ask the question, hey, I know what respect means, but what does it mean to you? How can I show up and show you that I do respect you? And so I'm going to bring it to my own marriage because, as you know, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that my husband is Nigerian and I am African American. And we don't have them as much, but we used to have conflicts because of respect. And it's mainly because of our cultural differences. So some of the things that I would say to him, he would take them to heart as if I didn't have a voice. And it's changing in Nigeria, which I'm finding this out more and more. But my husband is pretty old school, so it's taken him a while, to be quite frank, to kind of get on board and to see things a different way. He is slowly but surely seeing things a different way, as well as understanding that when I have an opinion and voice that opinion, that I'm not being disrespectful. I am merely just using my voice, as well as trying to have a conversation, because we're not in a dictatorship, we're in a partnership, right? So being able to communicate, being able to articulate, being able to understand, me understand him as well as him understand me. This is how we can respect one another, respect one another's opinion, respect one another's voice, and also just respect what it means for me as the woman to be respectful for him as the man, right? So being able to articulate those things, and then just understand, as I mentioned before, that love is higher for women, respect is higher for men. But again, it does not mean that ladies don't need respect, and it does not mean that men do not need love. We do need them all. They're just on different playing fields to the different sexes. Also, one of the things that I want to bring to your attention is, I read an article not too long ago, a few years ago, and it basically had a study in there for men. And it had two choices. The question was, what would you rather have in your relationship? And the choices were love and respect. A resounding 85 to 90% of the men that took this survey chose respect, because they would rather feel respected than loved in their relationship. And so this is why I say that they're equal, meaning love for women, respect for men. So they're equal in that respect. Men need to feel respected. So again, in order to have a clear understanding of what respect means, allow him to be able to articulate those things to you, or even write down what respect means to him, and then just give you the piece of paper or read it out loud to you, whatever it is, however it is that you two need to communicate, so you can have an understanding of what it means. And this is how you're going to meet each other's needs as well. Number 3 is to feel heard. A lot of times in our relationships, we do not feel heard. Now, this one is usually from the women's standpoint. From when I'm speaking with my clients and speaking with my tribe, a lot of times it is the women feeling like they're not being heard. And a lot of times that is coming from the men feeling like they need to solve whatever it is that your woman is venting to you about. So what I want to challenge the men to do is to sit there and just actively listen. Or you can simply ask the question, do you want me to help you solve this, or do you just need to vent today? That can take away from you feeling like you need to solve every single problem or session that she's bringing to you. If you can simply take a step back and ask that question, that way you don't feel like you need to solve her problem if she just needs to vent today. She doesn't want you to tell her about how you can come handle the boss for her. No, maybe today she just wants to vent about the boss. She don't want you to handle anything. And maybe as she's speaking out loud, she's actually solving her own problems. Because now at this point, you have become the sounding board for her. But also you have made it a safe environment, and she's feeling heard because now she's able to talk without interruption. When we get interrupted, that is when we lose our train of thought. And then the conversation can take many different turns. And when it's taken all of these different turns, later on, when she has time to think about these things, then she's going to say, I didn't fully get out the point that I wanted to make. And then maybe she comes back to you to try to have this same conversation. And yes, I'm putting air quotes there because it wasn't the same. It's not the same conversation after all. It's because she did not feel heard the first time she brought this to you. And so now she's kind of backing up to try to bring everything that she was trying to say the first time and get it out now the second time, or even sometimes the third time. So my point is, gentlemen, ask the question, do you need to vent, or is this a problem that I need to help you solve? And that is going to help your baby, your woman, feel heard. Number 4 is acceptance. Each and every one of us want to feel accepted in our relationships. We want to feel like this is an area where I can come and just show up as my authentic self. I don't have to wear makeup today. I can come be ugly with you. I can come and be beautiful with you. Or sometimes I can just be mediocre with you. I don't have to feel like I have to put on a show with you. I want to be able to literally take off this mask, the mask that I've been showing to the entire world, put that down while I'm in my sanctuary, while I'm in your company, and be able to just be me. Snort when I laugh, if I snort. Fart if I gotta fart. I know some people are gonna give me slack, but just being you. Just being you. Read if you like to read. Be silent if you want to be silent. Don't feel like you always have to fill the empty space just to hear yourself speak. I just want to be me. You just want to be you. Find a way to create a safe space or an environment where you can just be you. You want to feel accepted. You don't want to feel like you have to, again, entertain. You don't want to feel like you're going to be judged. You don't want to feel like there is some guilt or shame that's going to be attached to it. You just want to be accepted. On the flip side of that, just like you want to be accepted, your spouse wants to be accepted as well. Number 5, the 5th thing is to literally repair your mistakes as soon as possible. It is my belief that many relationships, that many marriages could be saved by saying 2 words. The 2 words are, I'm sorry. So whenever you say, I'm sorry, this is starting the healing process. It's not saying I agree with what you did wrong, or that I felt good about what you did wrong. What it is saying is, I know what I did was wrong, and I'm coming to ask you to forgive me. And then you can have the dialogue of why what happened in the first place. And then come up with a solution or a resolution so it doesn't keep happening over and over again. Right? So be able to repair the mistakes. The faster that you repair the mistakes, the closer the bond is between you once again. Because the longer that you do not repair the mistakes, you're chipping away at your foundation. Day by day, night by night, minute by minute. You're chipping away at the foundation. And when you start to chip away at the foundation, here's where the distance is in between here. Here's where the distance starts to creep in. And you guys are further and further apart. You're moving further and further apart from one another. So instead of doing that, just start repairing the mistakes by simply starting with, I'm sorry. And then having a dialogue about what happened and why it happened and how to stop it from happening in the future. Those are my 5 tips on how to, the elements, right? The fundamental elements of having a successful relationship. So now I want to bring you to the fun part, especially if you made it this far into the video. So this book behind me, 50 Reasons Why I Fell in Love with You, is my Amazon bestseller. And I am coming here to you and with you today to offer this book to you for free. This will be shipped to your front door if you want your copy. Valentine's Day is coming up. An anniversary might be coming up. A birthday might be coming up. Or a just because gift. Now, this is a book where one of you will fill in the prompts. So see, it's very simplistic. There's a page number or a prompt number, a little couple doing something, and then there's the prompt, and you see that you have space to fill in. After you fill in all 50 of the spaces or prompt spaces, guess what? Now you have written a very unique book for your spouse, for your partner. And you can hand this off to them, and guess what? It's going to help you to remember why you fell in love with your spouse in the first place. And it's also going to allow your spouse to have this very unique gift and feel special that you took the time to make them feel special. Click the link down below. It is bit.ly/50 reasons I fell in love. Again, bit.ly/50 reasons I fell in love. Go ahead and do that. Now, you do have to pay for shipping. So I'm going to give you the book. It's going to show up at your front door. The book is free. You do have to pay for shipping. So once you do that, then you will have this book and you can have ample time to fill it out and make your spouse feel super, super in love with you, as well as has this very unique experience as well as unique gift on your person. All right, I love you guys. There's nothing that you can do about it. Again, I am MarshaunO, your favorite life and relationship strategist, and I help Christian women that are married or in long-term relationships to stop feeling disconnected and unloved and shift you to feeling heard, understood, and appreciated. Will you join my mission? My mission is to decrease the divorce rate while simultaneously increasing the marriage rate. Please let me know, or even send me an email at MarshaunOlanio.com letting me know that you will join the mission. And once you do that, you will start to receive tips, tools, and strategies to come to your email box daily. I love you guys. There's nothing that you can do about it. Go and pick up your copy. It is limited quantities. Once this is gone, you will have to just go to Amazon and pay for the full price. All right. Again, you're going to get the book for free. You just pay for shipping and handling. I love you guys, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.